did something with that fruit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. They did something with that fruit right there. But topic of discussion for today's video, bro. This is the topic of discussion. Topic of discussion is how do you have time to focus on somebody else's life if you're focusing on your own? Something like that I said. Nah, let me be serious though. How can you focus on someone else's life if you're focusing on your own? You gotta focus on your own life. You gotta focus on you. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people this day. And that's what was wrong with a lot of people 30 years ago and 3 generations ago. It don't matter what the generation, what the age is. It's people who is in their 50s and they not minding their own. They in everybody's business, but they own. And that's not a good thing. You shouldn't want to be like that, nor should you shouldn't want to be like that. But if you do, I mean, it is. But the only reason why you want to be like that is because you don't want to focus on your own feelings. And it's the reason why you don't want to focus on your own feelings. So what is that reason? You understand what I'm saying? Listen to this, bro. So what I mean is, if you're focusing on yourself, how do you have time to focus on anybody else's life? Because if you're focusing on your life, meaning you're focusing on my life right now would be work. My life right now would be paying bills. Okay, that's not life, but that's what I'm doing in my life. Like me, this me focusing on what's going on in my life. I'm focusing on making money, obviously, if I have a job. I'm focusing on, I guess, staying in an apartment because, I'm in an apartment. So, like, I guess bills would be something I'm focusing on. Job, working would be something I'm focusing on. The vehicle that I drive in would be something I'm focusing on because that's how I get to the place where I get the money. See what I'm saying? And I'll be focusing on the place where I make the money because that's how I have the money in order to get the apartment or the house. You know what I'm saying? So, you get what I'm saying? So, they go hand in hand. But if you're focusing on that, you can also be focusing on what you want to do in life. Be focusing on, what you want to do is great focus. Knowing what you want to do in life, that's great focus. That's a great thing to think about. You most definitely don't have time to think about nobody else for real. If you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life, if you're focusing on your path, you're focusing on what you want to do in your path, you're focusing on what you want to do even right now, what you want to do in your future, you're focusing on what goals you want, you're focusing on where you want to be, not stressing. But I'm just saying, this is what people think about. Even you focusing on just where you at now. That's why I recommend everybody focus on where you at now. Of course, have goals and ambitions, but always focus on your now. Don't too much not envy, but some people think about their future too much, or not even too much. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it just consumes them. Like, they so like, oh my gosh, my future this, my future that. They don't focus in the present. How can your future be good if you're not focusing on your present? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But when it comes down to, you can focus on your body, your physique. Whatever with your body and your physique is many things that you can focus on when it comes to your body and your physique. When it comes to your mental, when it comes to your emotional, when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to what you believe in, when it comes to, this is focusing on yourself, this is focusing on yourself. I'm still saying, like, when it comes to your principles and your morals and your values, that's your ambition, all that, that's really all yourself. Like I said, your spirit, what you believe in, your religion, whatever, what you don't believe in, however you live your life, that's all the stuff you should be focusing on. And that's all the stuff, if you're focusing on that, you wouldn't have time to know what Marianne across the street is doing with her and her husband. You wouldn't know that her and her husband had two alters. You wouldn't have known that her and her husband almost divorced twice, and this time they signing the divorce papers and he moving to Texas with the girl that he had an affair with. You wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? If you're focusing on your own life, you wouldn't know all that. And now you can focus on you. Now you can focus on you and still know what Marianne got going on, but not everything. You will know that, because some people, I mean, of course you have conversation and people talk to you. You can't help what people share. Some people just like to share. She just told you she got her ass ate last night. Now you know she got her ass ate. You didn't ask to know that. You probably didn't even want to know she got her ass ate. But she told you anyway. So certain situations like that can happen. But how the hell did you know that Marianne and Bob is getting, this is their second almost divorce, and this is their third time about to sign the papers? Like, how do you know all that? You're too focused on them. You're too much into their lives. You need to focus on yourself, because being in too much into anybody's relationship that's another subject. I just said 3 different subjects right there I can talk about. You know, I'm willing to make a whole bunch of videos today about any and everything. You know what I'm saying? This pen, though, I'm feeling this pen, though. But like I said, though, and like I was saying, back to it, bro, focus on you. Sis, bro, focus on you. Like, focus on yourself. It's nothing out and out. You just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. Don't be isolated, but focus on yourself. Like, you don't have to be necessarily isolated, but just focus on yourself, though. And what I mean by focusing on yourself, that's just what I mean. If you don't even know what focusing on yourself mean, then you got a lot to, you got a lot to learn. You got a lot to learn. Listen to yourself. See, some people don't even know what I mean by that. I'm naming subjects right now, bro. But focusing on yourself, just pay attention to yourself, really. Focusing on yourself meaning just knowing what you want to do. Pretty much. Knowing what you want and what you don't want to do. Knowing what you like and what you dislike. That comes with focusing on yourself. But knowing what you want to do, means focusing. That means that you're you know that I'm out, man. I don't know, it's too much going on.